As investigators continue to look further into the evidence, they realize the Jenkins family continues to come up.
A woman on her way home had been brutally shot and killed in the middle of a street in a suburban area of Omaha. Police were stymied who had murdered the mother of three and why. But the killer had left a ballistic fingerprint in the victim's car. It wasn't much, but it was all police had to go on.
Police are looking at the similarities between these other three homicides and Andrea Kruger, and they look at the kind of ammunition that was used from the deer slug of the shotgun. And at this point, they're able to track where this ammunition came from and then proceed to find who purchased this ammunition.
Investigators were able to track down the source of the ammo to a local gun store. Upon closer review of video surveillance footage, the suspect was determined to be the cousin of Nikko Jenkins. That suspect's palm print was also identified at the crime scene of the double homicide that had occurred earlier that month.
Nikko Jenkins was a known gang member with a long rap sheet. Strong armed robbery and shootings were his stock in trade. It appeared that the killings were possibly tied to Jenkins' crew, and they were all his relatives.
As investigators continue to look further into the evidence, they realize the Jenkins family continues to come up, and specifically Nikko Jenkins is the one who continually is brought to the forefront as a possible suspect.
Through Crime Stoppers tips, video surveillance, fingerprint evidence, and purchase records, the victims were all tied to one person, and that person was Nikko Jenkins.
With the cousin of Nikko Jenkins in custody, police squeezed her for everything she knew about the murders. And the more she talked, the more police believed the killings were connected.
An interview revealed that the cousin and Erica went to a bar that night in an attempt to find victims for the robbery. They were able to convince the two victims to meet them outside the bar, and Nikko was awaiting them and robbed them at gunpoint, committing murder.
Police now believed that Nikko Jenkins was involved in Andrea Kruger's death. They brought him in for questioning. If Jenkins was worried about a homicide charge, he didn't show it.
Nikko stated on the night of Andrea's murder that he and his sister and his uncle were all out and about looking for somebody to rob.